Hey guys, what is going on? Eddie with Blue Line Pressure Washing. Wanted to do this video for a little while, but just haven't had the time. We're going to talk about marketing for your business, your new pressure washing business. Those of you guys that have been in the industry for a little while, you've pretty well figured out what your area's little field of marketing that works the best. But for the new guys, like I know when I was new, I was trying everything, figuring out what was working, what didn't work. Obviously, Google Ads, that's a good one. If you go with Google Ads, you can get some pretty good leads. You want to make sure you set it up right, set your budget accordingly. Facebook ads they were a gold mine for me. With those, what I found works the best for me in my area is before and after pictures with a caption. Check out this house wash we did the other day. Give us a call, get on the list to get your house done next, free estimates, that kind of spiel. But it worked out pretty well. We got a lot of business from Facebook ads. You can do like the Facebook yard sale groups, but just don't flood those people with ads and information and all that kind of stuff, because that does get kind of old pretty quick, and the moderators of those pages will probably block you from it, and you'll probably alienate some of your customer base if you flood them daily with hey, look, this is what we're doing, this is what we can do. There's nothing wrong with a once in a while putting something out there. Hey, we're running a special. Hey, if you want to get your house washed, give us a call. You need a roof cleaning, give us a call. Once in a while is okay on the yard sale sites, but for the most part, try to stick to the ads. And then post frequently on your page. Before and afters are like a gold mine. Take good before and after pictures, put them on your page. They pop very well. Even some videos do really well too. Like your concrete cleanings and that kind of stuff, those seem to do better than the house wash videos, unless you do like a quick kind of slideshow type of a video. So Facebook ads, great. We run the Facebook ads probably end of February until I think I stopped running them, usually somewhere around end of September, and that usually keeps me busy. Now we're in a colder climate, and it's kind of like hit or miss whether or not it's going to be cold or whether or not it's going to be a warm type of a winter. This year we've had the cold winter, but I was still washing in December. Things kind of slow down and come to a halt, with the exception of getting your realtor calls. Hey, I'm trying to sell this house. Need to get it cleaned up. We do get those in the wintertime, but figure out what your peak market season is, and you want to be advertising prior to the peak so that you get your name out in front of people. You may not get a whole bunch of calls at this end of your marketing strategy for your Facebook ads or Facebook messages, but if you get out in front of your customers, let them see you, and you want to stay in front of them. If you stay in front of them, they'll remember you. They can reach out to you and get some estimates from you. If you dry up your Facebook ads and you don't run any for a good while, then people may remember, hey, I saw that ad, I wonder who that was. They're not going to know who it was from. They're going to wind up just kind of Russian roulette it with Google and go down the list and pick one. Make sure you have a Google My Business listing. Those are huge. You get a lot of work from Google My Business listings. We get emails from just that Google My Business snapshot on the search page. We get emails from that constantly as well. So make sure you do Google My Business page. Stick to the standards. Don't get your page suspended within the first couple of days that you have it. Make sure you read their guidelines and what you are and are not allowed to do with that. Outside of that, as far as paper marketing, we didn't do a whole lot with that. I advertised a couple of different ways with the newspaper, and really I got nothing from that. I'm not saying that you won't, but you want to weigh your investment versus your return on investment. So newspaper is not something that I do anymore. I generally stick with Google ads, Facebook ads, and Nextdoor, don't go to sleep on the Nextdoor app, guys. That can be a gold mine for you too. When we first started out, I didn't even know what Nextdoor was. And I watched this house, and this lady was just ecstatic about the results and keeps telling me, I'm putting you on Nextdoor, I'm putting you on Nextdoor. And I thought she was talking like the house next door. And then I get this email saying that my business has been recommended on Nextdoor. And I'm like, what is that? Open it up, and now I know what it is. So don't go to sleep on that. Advertise through Nextdoor, post, make sure you have your business listed on Nextdoor. Unbeknownst to me, either my wife or Ariel, one of the two of them, I don't know which one did it, put my business on Nextdoor. I just didn't know it was there. So that was a mistake on my part. But you get a lot of business from that. You can get a lot of referrals from Nextdoor. So don't sleep on that. If you guys have the time, it's definitely worth it. The other paper marketing we did was these. I don't know if that's readable or not. This is a little too busy. I got way too much on this poster, and the picture is not the greatest. This is one of the first houses I ever washed. These are gonna be, they worked pretty good. I mean, this picture on Facebook ads got me a bunch of work. I don't know if you can see how dirty that house is in the before and then the after. I know it's kind of glared on there. Let's see if that's any better. But that picture alone got me a bunch of work on Facebook ads. But what we would do with these, now if you look on the reverse side of this card, you get those different options. And what we would do is we'd be in a neighborhood for a house wash, and I would send my helper out. He'd point out a house, and I'm like, man, that house really needs cleaned. It looks bad. So what we would do is we would take this card and write house wash. We would put house wash on underneath the service, write the date that we were there to clean the neighbor's house, whoever we were cleaning that caused us to notice this. And then we would offer expiration dates. I'm sorry, we would write the price down for the service and then the date over here. Trying to read backwards is not my forte anymore. And just leave it on the door. You can knock on the door with COVID. We didn't do a whole lot of door knocking last year with these things. We would leave them, in the door. Don't damage somebody. Don't jam it in there and damage somebody's weather stripping, or don't put it in a mailbox. I can tell you from my experience as a law enforcement officer that if you put something in the mailbox without postage on it and you get caught doing that, you can be in a lot of trouble. Now, if that customer doesn't check their mail and the mailman comes through and goes to put something in there, he sees something laying in there that he knows he didn't put in there, he picks it up and there's your flyer with your phone number and all your information on there, expect a call from the postmaster. But you can find ways to leave these to where they don't get damaged. Put them in a paper bag, set them on the porch, or not a paper bag, but a plastic bag, set it on the porch, put a little stone or something on it. But get these in the hands of your customers with that information written on the back. And for us, it was about a 50-50, whether or not they would even call us or not. As far as close rate, probably 2 out of every 10 that we would put out, we would get somebody to sign the contract and get the service done. So they worked okay. I think, again, that's a little busy, and that probably caused people to look at it and be like, oh my goodness, this is just too much, and get rid of it. I know I'm that way. If you send me something and there's a whole bunch of stuff on it, and I made that. I don't even know what I was thinking when I did that, but I made these on Vistaprint. Got them from them. It's been so long ago since I ordered them. I don't know how much they were. It wasn't terribly expensive. But I did the template and laid it out based off of what their template was on Vistaprint. Uploaded everything to it, and they got them out to me pretty quickly. I think it was within like a week to 10 days they had these back out to me. And for what we paid for them, the house washes that we got and the roof cleanings that we got from these, made it worth it. So if you're out knocking on doors or if you're in neighborhoods, these are always a good thing to have. Word of mouth is going to be one of your biggest advertising for you, and you don't pay for that. You pay for it by doing good work and making sure that your jobs look good, you're professional, and your truck looks good, your trailer looks good, all that stuff. All that stuff matters. People are vain. I mean, we really are. We're shallow as a race. If something doesn't look good, we don't want any parts of it. Generally speaking, I mean, that's terrible, but that's the way that it is. If you go to the store to purchase an item and the box is dinged up and there's a box right beside it that's not dinged up, there might be nothing wrong with the product and the dinged up box, but you're going to go for that one that's not dinged up. That's just the way people are. I think I've spoken about it on here before. I got several houses in a development with the sole reason being that my truck looked good when I pulled up. So that's exactly what the guys told me. It was like they told me if your truck looks good when you pulled up, that they wanted to get your information and get you to do their houses too. So you want to make sure that you're professional. That'll get you good word of mouth advertising as well. So word of mouth is your best because, number one, you don't actually pay monetarily anything for it, and you get some really good referrals. Business cards, make sure your business cards are professional. If you don't have a whole lot of money to start out with in your advertising, focus that money in where it can do the best for you. There is nothing wrong with going over to Walmart or Office Max and getting a pack of those make your own business cards to start out with. Okay, we get our business cards from Vistaprint, high gloss but double-sided, very nice business cards. You don't need to start with that. I didn't. I started with the make your own business card. Yeah, when you get the higher end cards, the double gloss, a little thicker card, it looks a little better. You get a little better response to it. But if your budget is limited, focus your ads and where you think you're going to be able to get the best, which I would suggest Facebook or Google. Pick one of the two and focus your marketing budget, your starting budget in one of those two, and get your advertising going there. And I hate to say Facebook and Google because, I mean, they're already giants. What do they need with our money? But the fact is, those are where your clients are. You have to go where your customers are. So start with that. As your business gets bigger, you can kind of build onto it. You may find these useful. You may not. I mean, you may be so busy off of Facebook and Google ads that you have no time to do these. You know, if you don't want to do digital ads starting off, these flyers are probably the way to go. Get you about 100 of them made up and put out all 100 of them. Go driving around. You gotta want it. Go driving around, find houses that need cleaned. Put these cards on them, put a price on it, and put an expiration date. The expiration date's important because if you don't put the expiration date on it and you put a price on there and then you find out 6 months down the road that price doesn't really work for your business where it's at now, it might work back, you know, here at the startup of it, but now you're busy and you've got bigger equipment and that price right there doesn't really cover the cost that you need it to cover. But you never put an expiration date on that, so now you've got a choice to make. Do you go back on your word, which I strongly suggest you don't do it, or do you go ahead and eat that cheaper price that you put on that form and do the house wash anyway? That's what I suggest you do. Eat the cost, do a good job, do just as good a job on that house as you would do on any other, if not better, because these are the people who are going to be leaving your Google reviews. They're going to be leaving your Facebook reviews. They're going to be the people that are calling their friends or talking to their friends and saying, yeah, I got a guy. This is the company. That's what you want. So, but put the expiration date on there. If you forget, then your best bet is to go ahead and do it for whatever price you put on that form, because a deal is a deal. You offered them a service at a price. You didn't give it an expiration date. You should hold up to your word on that. Anyway, that's about all I've got for you guys today. We're going to be doing some more videos. I'm sorry, it's been, I know, a little while since I put a video up. Like I said, we've just been busy as crap getting ready for the upcoming wash season and getting equipment ready to go out the door, getting the training all squared away. So if If you need equipment, give us a call, 304-886-3182. Go to the website. The links to the website will be down in the description below, and the email address will be down in the description below. Email us, give us a call, check out the website. We're going to try to get some pictures of the skids up and onto the website, hopefully by the middle of March. We honestly, we don't have one here to take pictures of. I'm going to go ahead and start a build and see if we can't get you one up. It's going to be a little tight getting everything together. I've got a little one turning 2 next week. It blows my mind. Family coming up and there's just all kinds of things going on here right now. So a build that's not already pre-purchased is not exactly high on my list of things to get done, but I do want to get one done so that you guys can see what you would be buying. Hopefully that'll kind of help you guys out that are getting started or trying to find equipment, deciding what you want. As far as blend manifolds, wands, high pressure ball valves, they're on there. If you want one, go ahead and grab them. We can get them shipped out usually within a day or two of your payment clearing. We can get them shipped out to you. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.